just picked up this wall detail trimmer from Target. It's about $29.99. It came in a kit with a little baggie to zip everything up in, like 10 guards to choose from, shears, comb, all that kind of stuff. And let me tell you the mission we're gonna go on here. So the past few weeks I've been letting the mustache grow over the top lip. And that's kind of the direction I'm trying to go in. I've never really let that happen, but a couple of concerns I have. So it's Texas, and these beards get hot as hell. So I work in a warehouse on weekends, and you just kind of melt away. Plus, in the art and fashion and style world of haircuts, texture is really important. So having contrasting textures is really key into standing out. So if I have a long beard, the mustache, no matter what condition it's going to be in, isn't going to be the star of the show. So I want to take this sucker down and make the mustache really pop, especially whenever it grows to the length that I desire. I also have kind of longer hair on the top. It's probably hard to tell right now, but same thing here. We have an undercut, really short all the way around, and then long on top. So the same concept and idea is going to apply to beards. So that being said, let's jump right in. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. So we're going to take the longest guard that's available. It's a 1-inch, 25 millimeter. It's a number 8. The idea here, we're gonna just dive in there, probably start on the side and kind of do a scooping motion. I have the blades. We're gonna go fully open, and we're gonna see how much hair that takes off, okay? Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous on doing this, but this is about barely taking anything off. That's kind of what we want. But it is cutting. I'm kind of making the C motion. Here's the part that really probably, and every once in a while we're gonna take this comb and just kind of comb it out. Let's go again. And what we'll do is afterwards, we'll go back in and comb everything out, and maybe we'll close the shears, or the clippers, I'm sorry. My barber terminology is not up to par, I guess. Don't be afraid to make the faces. Those hairs stick out, and you can trim them up nice. Alright, let's turn that off real quick. Let's kind of brush that out and see where we're sitting here. Alright. I also have a wooden comb. I'm really not concerned about that today. Usually I would say use your boar's hair brush. Now this is the comb that it came with, so just kind of figured we would review the entire wall kit while we're at it, right? Let's see how this goes. So far, it's looking pretty good. There's a good amount of hair on the floor already. That actually cut off more than I thought. We're gonna close the clippers here, and that'll make a little bit of a difference when we're cutting. And let's go into the sides again. It's still cutting, just a little bit more this time. You always want to go like this. You never want to turn them upside down and scoop up. Don't ever do that. Push it out. Not much of a difference, but to me it is, because we're, every time it cuts, you're just taking off weeks and weeks. This mustache, man, let me just get it out of the way. So that's another concern I want to do, is when I'm starting up here as a non-mustache grower, it's kind of hard to differentiate where that hair ends and kind of your cheeks begin. But I can kind of pull here and see the vicinity of where this guy goes. So yeah. Keep attacking this thing. I'm gonna keep doing this, making passes, combing it out, until I can't hear it being cut anymore. pretty good beard trim already. Man, I'm trying to decide how low I want to do this thing. If I want to go a little bit more, I want to keep it that way. I think we need to go a little bit more on this guy. So let's change it up here. We're gonna go down to a 7. And I think 7 will be our lucky number here. Let's open it all the way up. Let's make the first pass here. It's just a slight difference here. But I think this is gonna be a good look here. Now, a couple things here. Everybody's beard's gonna grow differently. I've talked a little bit about this in my old video, but my beard, this side tends to grow out and this side tends to grow down. So it's never gonna look, some of yours might look really even, but you know, I always have a side that I have to kind of shape differently because one side looks thicker than the other, and you really can't tell unless you're just sitting there and trying to look for it. Let's keep going. Make sure you get under that chin. Give yourself the double neck, that way just every little angle counts, guys. You don't want to miss anything here. And that's actually looking pretty good. We're kind of getting closer to what I was going for. Now what I'm going to do, I kind of like having just a little bit of bulk down here, but I notice we're kind of almost rounded on the face here. I think I want to kind of block everything in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close these like halfway on the side and then start tackling it. And it'll almost kind of fade into the chin area. Just kind of take that roundedness. Yeah, there we go. And I'm using like an imaginary line right here. I don't want to dip into the mustache. Like I said, don't be afraid to make a lot of passes because you're gonna comb your hair out and it's gonna make certain pieces of your beard stick up. And then we're gonna clean this up some too. We'll talk about that here in a minute. See, I can still hear hair being cut, and that's the situation you want before you just start on another project on your face. Remember, I'm not going to touch this because I'm at a place to where I'm pretty pleased with this, and as this starts growing out, this will be more noticeable because, you know, we've cut a good, there's quite a bit of hair on the floor, we've cut a good, I want to say maybe 1/4 of an inch, if not more, off that beard. So, and then we're just going to start cleaning this up here. So I don't really like a hard edge. I can freehand this, all right. A lot of guys like to take the straight razor in the end and do it, but it's not really my style. And this is the part that's always really tricky to me. I just go straight down, right there. And it's never really perfect, but it's close enough. I'll let you guys see after I'm done with this part. We'll see how it turned out. You just remember you have to go all the way down, hair everywhere. And then this part, I'm not left-handed, so. The main thing here is just kind of cleaning it up, not trying to get it perfect. If you don't know where the neckline is, where to stop it, a lot of guys will make it like follow their chin. Here's my chin right here. And then they'll just get rid of all this stuff, and that's where your density is coming in to make your beard look really thick. And you don't want to get rid of that stuff. It's really important. I think a lot of guys are afraid of having the stereotype of being labeled as a neck beard. You don't have to worry about that because it's just proper grooming techniques. So what you want to do is locate your Adam's apple. Beard Brand taught me this, so thanks Beard Brand. And so here's mine, and you want to come 2 finger lengths up. It's kind of hard to tell, but we have some cleaning up to do, let's just say that. These are closed. I had to make sure. My old clippers didn't even open or close. They're just, I don't know, cheap. And for what it's worth, these are cheap too, but that's why we're using them. If I want to spend money getting my beard done, I'll go have it professionally done. But this is a good pickup for just $30. All right, so with that being said, and then the soul patch, that's looking all right. Comb everything out again. Like I said, it doesn't really look like much of a difference, but when you're the person growing it out, it's a little mortifying making that change. But now we have less of this down here and on the sides, and we can kind of start seeing, I can notice immediately the difference in the mustache. I need to get some mustache wax. If you guys have some good mustache wax tips or products that you like, let me know what your favorite one is, because this sucker's starting to get a little bit thicker now, and I'm really excited. So that's kind of how I would go about trimming the beard. So you just start at the largest number and kind of work your way down, play around with opening and closing your clippers. You can always take away more hair. So I always start out at the top, and I think any barber would probably tell you that. And that's what we're gonna do, folks. I think we're gonna leave it right there. I'm pretty satisfied right now for that. And maybe in the future, once this covers the lip, we might take this down just a little bit more, but for now, that's a lot more comfortable, hell of a lot cooler. I can already feel it. And man, let me see if I can get this down here. So quite a bit of hair on the floor there to sweep up when it comes to beard hair. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.